Sorry, the network, anything at all, anything.
I read a very interesting book.
I read a very interesting book.
The book is on the table.
The book is on the table. Okay, so.
Hello, I'm sorry, I'm just joining in. I was not in, I just came back. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, Chidima, but you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot. But I know that Caroline is a superwoman. She might help you out.
Okay, just two of us today. Okay.
No, Faith is there, but I think she's having network issues. So, Caroline, this sentence is a little complex. It's not complex, but I would say maybe because you're just beginning, it might sound complex, but in essence, not complex. Or maybe because you are just beginning, it might sound complex to you. So you may not, if you think you don't get it, don't stress yourself too much about it, because we'll still go into more further detail about some of these things later.
It's all right.
So I'm just going to write the two sentences. Fifth sentence is actually straight to the point. So that one, you don't need to crack your brain so much. But the first one, I will explain a little, then we can move on with it later. Okay, so first of all, this one is in the past. I read a very interesting book. This one is in the present. The book is on the table. So that's the two difference. And that's why this one looks a bit more complex, because it's a past tense, you're referring to the past. I won't go into too much details because I wouldn't want to confuse you. But what you just need to know is this is I, as usual, you know that already.
Yeah.
Interesantes means interesting. Book, of course, you know that already, book. Then gelesen. Gelesen means to read, to have read in the past, but it's taken from. You don't need to bother yourself. Just if you don't get it now, don't worry, you get it later. Lesen means to read. It's taken from the verb lesen, which means to read. In German, when you are making a sentence and you are referring to the past, you usually use it with the verb haben. or the verb,
my class. I will almost miss my class.
or use the verb sein. So haben or sein is usually used to, as additional verbs with the main verb to refer to sentences in the past. So that's why here it is each habe, ich habe ein interessantes Buch gelesen. So now this has already automatically lets you know that the sentence is in the past because you are using it with this verb, which on a normal day, once you use it with any main verb, it sends that verb to the end of the sentence. Don't worry, don't bother yourself about this for now. Just I know
Interesantes.
I know it might not be making sense right now, but but just get the sense out of the sentence. Just know that it means, the book, I read a very interesting book, and just know that the two things I want you to take out of this sentence, because it was you who said it. That's why I wanted you to suggest it yourself. So probably it will stick to you for next time. The two things I want you to take out of it is the fact that when you are making sentences in the past, you get to see this verb sometimes, and then you see something like this with the GE, with the main verb. Remember, I told you the main verb is lesen, which means to read. You get to see the GE, which makes it be in the past when you use it with this verb. So those are two clues. Just those two clues. If you don't take anything, just take those two clues. Then you know that interessantes is from interessant, which means interesting. And of course, book is book. The same pronunciation, just different spelling, So yeah. So, but this one is quite straightforward. The second sentence is quite straightforward. I think there's a chart. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. We would address it. I think we didn't record today's class. Let me see. Is today's class being recorded? I'm not sure.
We recorded maybe half of it.
Meet again. Okay. Yeah, so the second sentence is a bit straightforward. The book is on the table. Very straightforward, just like the first one. So that's book. Remember, I told you, remember the definite articles. There, did us. And I told you there are three of them. There, did us. Unlike in English, it's one. In French, it's two. Spanish, two. Italian, two. But in German, it's three. Three definite articles. You just have to know them by heart. There are some tips to differentiate which one is a noun, which one is a female, or a masculine or feminine or neutral. There are just some clues, but of course, generally, this is a masculine. This is the feminine. And then this is neutral. So they use it based on the nouns, the gender of the nouns. But of course, there's no rule that says this noun, because it's like this, it must be masculine, must be dear, it must, because this is like this, must be D. We'll go to that. That's a different segment or in all itself. So we don't deviate. But just know that,
Okay.
just know that in this sentence, the book is on the table. Is das book is quite straightforward. Das book ist an dem Tisch.
Das Buch ist an dem Tisch.
Yeah. So Tisch here is table.
Tisch.
Yeah. Tisch is table. Tisch is table. Of course, that's book. It's the book, right?
Yeah.
And then on the table is and Tisch is table. Yeah. So I think it's clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the last one, which was Chidima's choice. Can I take off some of it, or you still need them? Okay, don't worry, I'll use this part. So work. So Chidima, tell us a sentence, a simple sentence with work. Of course, in English.
Okay. I had a very simple sentence. I didn't go to work today.
Okay, that's in the past though.
Okay, it should be present.
I mean, anyone we could use whether past or present. I'm just looking at the fact that I don't want it to look complex to you.
Okay. The work seems very easy.
Can you say that again?
The work seems very easy.
Okay. The work seems very easy. Can see a chart. Okay. Is that from Chidima? Chidima, is that from you? I'm at work. Okay. Oh, from Faith. Okay. I'm at work. Yeah. I'm at work. That's quite straightforward, actually. So we'll do Chidima's one first, and then we move to the work seems very easy. So the Arbeit scheint sehr einfach zu sein. So this is it, right? The work seems very easy. So remember, work itself is die Arbeit. So seems, yeah, die Arbeit. That's the work, the Arbeit. I think we explained this last time, right? Why it is Arbeit, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please can you repeat? I wasn't in the class, please.
Okay. So I mentioned of the fact that we have different double vowels in German, like AI, EI, we have EU, we have AO. Yeah, so this falls into that category, the EI. Yeah? So that's why it's I. So the EI here is pronounced as I. So this is pronounced as I. This is pronounced as I. EU. This EU, E and U together is pronounced as oi, 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 like oi. That way, pronounced as oi. You know. So example for that would be English would say Europe, but German would say Europa, Europa. So oi, oi, oi. EU, anywhere you see EU, you pronounce it as oi. So that's Europa and not Europa or Europa. So this is this is Arbeit, because AEI is I. You pronounce EI as I. So that's why it's die Arbeit. Die Arbeit scheint sehr einfach zu sein. Die Arbeit scheint sehr einfach zu sein. Who can guess which one means simple and which one means seems? And which one means very, very, you know?
The say, is it saint or whatever? Is it pronounced this?
The Arbeit, can you repeat it? Maybe you can try to repeat it. The Arbeit
They
Arbeit
are
shines.
um,
Remember,
scheint.
the EI is still the same. It's still the same rule here with the EI.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The
They
Arbeit
Arbeit
scheint
scheint
sehr.
sehr.
Okay, another thing you need to know is in German, when when a vowel, when a consonant, when S comes before a vowel, it is pronounced as Z, like a Z. So it's no longer Z. It's no longer Sia. It's Z. So it's not, you don't pronounce it as S anymore. You pronounce it as a Z.
Sehr.
Yeah. So because of it precedes a vowel. Yeah. That's why it is sehr. So die Arbeit
Sehr.
scheint sehr
Sehr.
remember the same AI, the same I there comes in here as well. The same einfach.
Einfach.
CH here is pronounced as K.
Okay.
Einfach zu sein.
Einfach.
Ja.
Die, die,
Arbeit
die Arbeit
scheint
scheint
sehr
sehr
einfach.
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 Ja.
Ja.
Zu, remember your Z. Zu. Remember Z. Zu.
So.
Zu.
Zu.
Ja. Sein. The same, because a vowel is preceding the S, so you pronounce it as a Z. Sein. But don't worry, we'll come back to this. I know this a bit. What I just want you to know is to have the why it's looking a bit complicated is because we've not gone into the proper into the double vowel and the consonants, triple consonants and all that, which I think will take time to go into it in next class, so that it will give you an idea of how some of those isolation sounds when they come together to form a word, so it gives you more idea of how they sound, so just know that the Arbeit means the work, shines means seems or appears to, sehr means very, very, sehr means very, einfach means simple or easy, then zu sein means to be. So putting together all of them gives us die Arbeit scheint sehr einfach zu sein. Die Arbeit scheint sehr einfach zu sein. The work seems very easy. But as I said, this sentence is a little bit above what we are currently doing, so it might still sound a little complex. But once we move to the nitty-gritty that will help you understand it, it will not look or sound complex anymore. So the one Faith said is, I'm at work. Yeah, this is quite straightforward. Ich bin bei der Arbeit. So, can you point out the components?
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Who is speaking, please?
I am is is.
I am, yeah? Ich bin, right? Hello?
Yes. Hello. I am is as is be. As
Yes,
is
so
be there, and then the Arbeit is work.
let's assume you are the one teaching the class. So you said, can you repeat it again? Just tell us the components so I can write them down, write them out. there's a sound. I don't know if it's coming from Chidima's end. I don't know where exactly it's coming from.
Can I try?
Yeah, sure, please.
I am. It's been,
Okay.
and
Good.
then at it's be.
Okay. Mhm.
At it's be.
By. Don't forget.
By.
Don't
It's
forget.
by.
Let me put it so this is I. Just like this one too is I.
By.
By.
And then the Arbeit. 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 It's work.
Arbeit.
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 It's
Yeah.
work.
So we said by. This
By.
is by.
By
At.
it's at.
Mhm.
The Arbeit. It's work.
Okay. So actually, this is this is a feminine noun, the Arbeit, but because there's a rule that when a sentence is in the dative case in German, this changes to der. Don't bother yourself about that for now. We would get to it, you know. But what you just know is that this D, which changes to der, is the same thing as the Arbeit, which means work, which means work. So don't bother yourself, because if I want to try to explain this to you, it will confuse you. So don't even bother. What you should know is the der noun is still the same thing as the Arbeit, but the only difference now is in another case. That is the only difference. Is in another case, but the main the main Arbeit is the main work is the Arbeit. You know, the main gender is the Arbeit, is feminine, and it's also still feminine. Yeah, just that is in another case here, which is dative case. But don't worry, we'll go to that when we move a bit further. So I think we've learned a lot for today. From next week, we'll start using the textbook, and I'll send in a work process that we are going to follow. We have less than 1 minute. In case it goes off, you can still join because I have one or two information I still want to pass across.
Okay.
Yes, I know it might cut us off at any time soon, but I would still like you to join so I can just pass across the information. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.